Howdy everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Still working on the TOS Enterprise. So last thing we did was try to at least fuse this back together. Got tape on there. About to take it off. It's not too bad, honestly. I mean, honestly, I'll just stick with it. Last one. There she is. Now it is rough. It's rough around these edges. You can get it in here. You can kind of see it a little bit. There it is. You can kind of see it. It's very, very rough. Let's see if I can take a knife and shave that off just a little bit. I do apologize for the lack of videos. Work's been a little bit of a pain in the hind end. But I'm back here. I won't make this video too long. Still trying to get a hang of things a little bit. But you know what? For how it turned out, I think I'm gonna keep it as is, even with the rough parts. If I did do it again, maybe I might do it again. This time instead of the Enterprise, I might even do the Defiant, which was in one of the TOS episodes. Funny enough, I actually... What episode was it? Oh, when they encountered the Constellation. A very badly damaged Constellation. I might even do that as well. In fact, I've got one new thing to show you that I picked up, not just today. Actually, it was yesterday. Clear green, yeah. I need to repaint these spots down here. And then, wait. Figured it's time to paint up the top. So, got those colors. And it was a really good episode. I don't know why. I enjoyed it. Despite it being over 30 years old or something. 40, 50, however long when I started. But despite it being that old with everything, I quite liked it. Just like the visual, the sets, the style of it all, it lent itself very, very well to it. I don't know why. I liked it. I liked the style. I kind of fast forwarded it a little bit. Not that much. But I found it enjoyable. Very interesting. I might even watch more of it. I found my paintbrush here. What did I do with my paintbrushes? Hopefully that's not too loud there. Hey! I'm trying not to lose my paintbrushes. Yeah. Bottom side looks a little good, although the red one, it did kind of... If you can kind of tell, there's kind of a speck of red around the red, just a little bit messy. But it's the top ones that got some of the gray on it. Oh my goodness. Almost need a pair of slip joint pliers to take that off. There are times when I've had to open these old, however old tester paints were, older than I've had to use a pair of slip joint pliers. Or even a vise just to get them off. That is a pain in the hind end. Now, with it being clear green, the gray is showing. The light ghost gray is showing through the paint. Now that's okay. I mean, for a second time Star Trek model, that's got even more painting. Well, probably not. The hardest part is having to paint it while it's on here and not accidentally painting the hull. Although your brush is going to touch the hull, it's kind of inevitable. So, I'm thinking when we get these painted up, I did say I was gonna build the next Lego model of the Enterprise. Hopefully, y'all found that last video on that very interesting. Because for me, when I first looked it up, I was so amazed that someone was able to do that. You see online that other people make bigger and bigger models, big models. Not anything really desktop size, if you will. So I was excited when I first saw that video. It takes so long to come off this brush. So, and then you see other people with these. Wait, no, nothing bad towards them. Sometimes some people like smaller models. The big ones are cool. Big Lego ones that people have been able to do are cool. But they've got the time. I don't. Some of you guys probably don't even have the time to be able to construct one of those. Or even the parts. Maybe the money. I just don't. Maybe not. I don't know. And for something like this, it's actually budget friendly. And his instructions on how to order from Bricklink are very, very easy to understand. Now, one mistake I made was trying to pick and choose individual parts instead of going through his steps. And he's actually got a file that you can input as one of the steps. He's got a file. When you take that file, you drag cursor over it, like highlight it, copy and paste, put it into the Bricklink thingamajig, and it'll bring up all your parts and everything, so you don't have to go through it. He's already done that for you, and that's really nice. That way, now you have all the parts. You can just hit a couple of buttons here and there. It'll pull up. You might even only get parts from at minimum of 2 sellers. Sometimes it may be a third, but I don't think I've ever encountered a third seller. Well, maybe not. I mean, maybe not. I could be wrong on that. Maybe a third. but 2 or 3 sellers sometimes. That's about it. But it's very, very easy when ordering up using his method and everything. Yeah. So, I highly recommend Mini Mock, Mini Trek Mocks, I believe it was. Again, you just look up Lego Star Trek ships, and it should be one of those at the top there. And he actually just came out with some new ones. They're basically postcard type things from an episode from a couple of different shows. So the guy's really talented. He is. I'll give him that. One time I told them that I would be working on a fleet museum, but unfortunately I was not able to get to that. Just the bait, just the only thing I was able to get to was the yeah, just the kind of the base for each ship. I had thought of some ideas. I still think about it sometimes of how to make Eighth and Prime, or the Fleet Museums they call it. But I that's all it is just plans. I know some people use programs to help build that. I'm not that very techy. Come on. Oh, this red is giving me a pain in the hind end. Mm. Yeah, maybe some of you will be able to pick the song out, but let's talk about it. Talk about the movie. Um, First Contact, second movie of the TNG movies. The fun fact is that who was the producers or something? They wanted to blow up the Defiant in that opening shot. It's like, nah, you're not blowing that shit up because I think it was you're not blowing that ship up because I believe they were still filming DS9 at that point. It's like, no, you're not gonna blow up that ship. We just brought it back. So that's kind of hilarious. And fun fact, I'm not sure who decided to, but in a couple of frames, you can see the Millennium Falcon. I'm not sure who decided to do that, but it's very very blurry. You can see it if you just watch that battle scene, and you can also look it up on YouTube as well. So, couple of interesting tidbits for you folks. Let's get that clean up there. All right, I repainted up the bottom red light, just because it looked a little grayish. So, okay, this is good. Again, we're just painting the top of the bridge section. We're doing the underside as well of that clear piece. Now it is flat white. It does call for just regular white. I think But unfortunately, sometimes you don't have the colors you want, or your favorite store doesn't have the colors you want. Mm, let's go with the bottom one. Nah, let's just go with the top one. Why would you do that? I'm trying to figure out. It's like, okay, how do I? Never mind. I know how to. I've got, I've got some tape here. Just, I got a thing of tape here that I can just set it on. I should be able to. Yeah. So, something like that to help it sit. So I should be pretty good. Let's do that actually. That way you can put your hand on it. Again, I'm always telling you guys just to, when you start painting something, just take it slow. I'm trying to take it slow too. So let's see if I can point the camera downwards. You should be able to see it. Yeah. I'll try to do more shots of me painting. Part stuff like this. Is this? Is this what I think it is? I like to check to see what kind of songs I'm on. I saw a comment when watching the scene from Picard season 3, Star Trek Picard season 3, talking about how season 3 is basically a love letter to the fans. And I agree. It's got all the elements. It's got those elements. So I thought that was a good comment. And I'm not sure how some painters, when they paint this, well, they probably use a bunch of masking tape. You probably wonder why I don't. I guess I've just been painting for so long that it's hard to use new tools when you get them. I rarely use masking tape that I get from the hobby store, or from Hobby. I'll use spray paints. I'll use paintbrushes, and actually, it was actually with the D50 model pickup truck that I started using sprays with spray paints. Just because my last model, I used a paintbrush. And you can obviously see the imperfections with a paintbrush. So I decided to go spray painting with all of it. And so with some of these small areas, I figured, let's just go with this. Let's just go with hand painting. It's easier that way, but sometimes it can also be difficult. You know, I must say this. If any of you would like to comment down below about it, I would highly recommend you go watch that scene from the motion picture, just that shot of the Enterprise in its refitted form in all its glory. I highly recommend you to tell me what you think of it. It's not perfect. It's it's the white paint on here. It's just once you're almost done filling it in, that's when it's getting harder right now for me. And to be honest, let's pull it up to the camera there. You can tell the imperfections. Imperfections on the hull as well. The imperfections on the bridge. You know what? From a distance, it looks pretty good, but obviously if you get up close, you can tell the imperfections. But to be honest, I'm okay with that. Just need to set it down just within the thing here so I don't ding up the paint or even the paint on the lights. And I'm going to say it again. Go and watch that scene from Star Trek The Motion Picture. And you tell me what you think in the comments of just that scene, that whole that 5 or 6 minute clip, that whole 5 or 6 minute scene of that. Just that scene itself. It is. I don't know. It's slow. You could see what just. It almost seems like when they started doing that, it's like, okay, we're just showing the what she looks like, just a little bit, just a tasting, and then when it finally cuts to the Enterprise, what she looks like, it is perfect. It is like, there she is. It's like you get pictures of say a car's interior. It's like, oh, look at this or look at that, and then you finally get that wide shot of what she truly looks like, and then bam, it looks perfect. And then when they dock, is when they can finally get a true sense of what she is on the inside. I mean, the scene itself is amazing, to say the least. You know, I wondered to myself, now I wonder if I should have painted it beforehand, so I wouldn't have this problem. And maybe I was right on that. But that's what you do. Now, I'm not sure if I talked about it in the previous video, but well, maybe I did. But the Aztecing decals for the Wrath of Khan Enterprise, that's the one I got. I'm thinking that I just leave those Aztecing decals, because one person I watched, he didn't even have those decals on at first. He did put them on eventually in the video, but he had them off, and it just looked pretty good. I saw people commenting on it. I was like, dude, it looks pretty good without the Aztecing decals. And I happen to agree with that sentiment. So, I'll keep the Aztecing decal off. Whatever. I know Aztecing decals do come with the Enterprise D. I'll obviously stick those on because they come with it, sure. How long have we been at this? Almost half an hour, crap. I'm trying not to do too long of videos, but gotcha. You know, as much as painting this kind of stuff is a pain in the hind end, I quite like it sometimes, honestly. Yeah, you're gonna mess up here and there. I've done plenty of that. Kind of like what I did with with this, with the saucer section. But if you can do your best to kind of fix it up, you should be okay. You watch tons of videos on here, people, their models are just pristine, clean, whatnot, and it's like, sometimes you wish you could be that. I do sometimes. But it takes, I will say, the only thing I can say is it just takes time and practice. So, here we are. That's the top side. Again, it's rough, you can tell. There's the bottom side. Rough as well. But it looks pretty good. Just gonna stick it on there. Pick it up. Stick it right over there. Make sure you put, and also be sure to put your caps back on. I use this stuff. It's Tester's enamel thinner and brush cleaner. Hopefully I don't get flagged for this. But basically it's a brush cleaner. I've used this for many I've always used this for as long as I can remember. I don't know how many bottles no, I bought this one myself. I think this is... Nope, this is the second bottle that I've had. How much paint is in this brush? This brush really likes to it's like a paper towel in a sense. It's really good at inhaling things, if you will. It likes to suck in paint. It's very good at picking up paint, if you will. So that is that. Right. I did say I would do it for you guys. So here we are. What was that? Okay, that was Now we'll be turning to the face the computer because that's what I've got down here playing the music. Here we go. Now instead of looking at my face and having me just try to talk and try to say something, you're going to watch me build it. So again, if you guys want to model yourself, minitrekmox.com. These are really fun models to build. Just got to have the patience, just a little bit of patience to wait for parts and everything. It's very easy to do one of these guys here. It's just you print out a paper with the name, some double-sided tape, I would say an X-Acto knife as well when cutting it. On a mat like this is what I did. I cut it out of the paper to get it close. He's got instructions on how to do that, so I highly recommend one of these kits for whatever starship you are interested in. Does that go on? Yeah, that goes on top of that. So you get to watch me build it. Now hopefully I don't get flagged for this as well. Again, I'm not being endorsed by anyone. I am just pointing you in a direction if you guys are Star Trek fans. The first model I got was the Enterprise A / refit. Now I'm going to Did I have... I got a box here of this stuff. Yes, I have. Now, as parts... as new parts became readily available, as new parts became available, he switched out parts. So if you have an older model, he'll be willing to give you a new pair of new instructions, I believe, for free. You might have to go check on that. Why is this thing so tight? Oh, this thing is so rough. I'll just usually keep it as is. I'll just usually keep it like that. But what I've got, I have 2 renditions of the Enterprise A. I want to get another one, not of the Enterprise A, but of a different starship, which I will. We've got a couple of renditions, just because of how parts have evolved, if you will. I'm going to turn the music down. There. I don't want to be too loud over the video. But again, as new parts came out, he redid the instructions just a little bit. Just by a few parts. And then he put out new instructions like, hey, I'll give you the entire one free. I opted to get a new instructions because I want to support the guy. He's got really, really good models, and they're fun to build. So again, that's the engineering hull, and we're going to be building the neck. We just built the base. Now we have the engineering section. What do I need? I need that, and that. I'm building the neck next. He didn't. No, maybe he did. I don't know. So I'm just talking to myself. Here we go. There's the neck. Okay. Exhaust section, just a flat piece. Just 3 parts. You're good to go. Now, even though the saucers are kind of curved around the circular parts, a flat piece like this gets across pretty well. However, gets across pretty well with some extra parts. Basically, have a 4x4 circle. Stick it right on there, and then what other one was it? Is this 2x2 circle? A stud. I'm gonna grab this here. That's for the neck. Stick it on. You attach it, and then we attach it. Just like that. Yeah, look. Just like that, just like that, just like that. Now again, it might be just a little bit flimsy, but that's okay. Sometimes it's just there as a display. Alright, now we're getting into the pylons. Now, this part I've always had... I never had difficulty with it. I could do it. But the only thing that stuck out to me is that with my, say, perception of what is perfect, if you will, is that I try to line everything up. So that's the one thing I'm always picky about with some of these starships, is that I'm trying to line everything up. Okay, where's that third? There's that second one. Are you kidding me? Let's just... Okay, come on. Here we go. Okay, we're just gonna line the pylons up. Again, I'm always trying to position them in a way where when you look at it from the front, it's like, you look at it, it's like, it's good. Okay, now we're just finishing up the rear section of the secondary hull. Gonna fit that there. I think there's oh crap. That's fine. Now, even though it is a little funky, he's kind of got limited things to work with when he I assume when he started this. Let's go rod. Put that down. Nope, it's one of those right here. So again, he's got different models. He's got the Strange New Worlds one, which there we go. Which is completely different from this one. There. And again, you go look it up, and you can see how different it is from this version. It's a little bit better built under the neck, right in this area. So again, that's just how it looks on that's just how it looked on television. So all he's trying to do is just capture that kind of look of it, if you will. Rod right through that. Stick that on. So no model is ever perfect. Shove that into there. There. Go. Got this here. Okay. And then there. And there. Gray. Dark. Light. Dark. Light. And this here. Oh my goodness gracious, this is not fitting in. This is... Nope, it's right. Oh, that's... Nope, I got it there. There we go. That should be fine. Go, we got one pylon. I know this video is a little bit longer than usual. I mean, it's probably definitely about as long as the other ones. It's not my intention. Come on. Wait a minute. This goes. Crap. I made it the wrong way on this pylon here. There we go. There we go. Stay. See what fixes here. That's kind of odd. There we go. Nope, didn't fix it. Still that same issue. Alright, well let's see what happens here. Pushed it out that way. What did I do wrong? Oh, wait a minute. Did I even build it right? Okay, I see what I did wrong. I was trying to figure out, what did I do wrong? Why is this screwing up here? No, I see what I did wrong. So we got 4 different sets of rods. No, 2 different sets of rods. That's why. Oh, come on. You're really going to be a pain in the ass to me? Actually, I should have put the front one off here. I apologize if this is a long video, but he's got 2 different sets of rods, if you can tell here. One's longer than the other. The longer one goes to the front of the pile, goes to the front of the nacelle. The other one is for the shorter section. That goes right there. That one should go right there. That one should go there. Nope, wait. There we go. That should be the other way. And I missed something. I messed it up so much. Okay, let's go back in. That goes in like that. That goes right there. Right in there. Right in through there. Try to see if we can get that through there. Oh, come on. Come on. Okay. There. 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 Just gonna push that down. There we go. Okay, here we go. Finally. After a couple of agonizing minutes. And what you want to do is just want to straighten things out. Looks like it did pretty good. There she is. So I think I said it right on this one. There she is. Look at that. It's beautiful. at that. Look at that. That's beautiful. Well, we'll stick it right over here. Turn up to there. I'm gonna turn the camera up here. Alright, so like I said, I got something new to show you. Share it with you guys. I just picked this up just yesterday. What we got here? We got the Strange New Worlds version, baby. It's the, where is it? 1/1000th scale, just like these guys, I believe. Come on, where are you? Yep. 1/1000th scale over here for these guys, for the A/refit. No, actually, yeah, the refit, D, and the Defiant. So, I'm gonna open it up here. There we go. Again, if any of you guys live in Minnesota, if you're in the Carver or Richfield kind of area, or if you got one new, there's only 2 in Minnesota that I saw. Look up Hub Hobby on Google. You can find you can find it. Otherwise, order from Amazon or something. But honestly, I prefer going to in-store and see what they got. You can kind of look at it for yourself. I just prefer it that way. Alright, we're opened up. Pop her open. I have seen some people whoa. Ow. There's my hand there. I'm gonna pick up this guy here. Look at that. I am no, this expert. I'm not oh, it's 3 times. It's 3 times as large or something. I am not that kind of expert, but it's bigger. It's a lot bigger. Maybe in all dimensions, well, it says it's 17 inches. Or is it 18 inches? So I did figure it was a little bit bigger. 17 inches or 43 centimeters long. Let's actually go off of the TOS version. Where are you? 4 inches long on the Botany Bay. Aha! 11.5 inches on the TOS version. So this sucker's bigger. So I'll probably put in the description of no, I'll still title every video. Or I'll still title every video the same. But I'll add in the description of just talking about a couple new things. This video is way too long as is. I gotta figure that out. But with any kind of modeling, it takes time. So I think right now is probably a good time to cut the video. But I hope you all had fun watching my horrible painting skills. So again, I hope you all enjoy. Again, I'll say that tell me what you think about that shot from Star Trek, the motion picture, just that whole scene itself, about 5 or 6 minute video. Tell me what you think in the comments. Like and subscribe. And tell me what your thoughts are and everything. We'll see y'all next time. Bye.